Hello everyone, today I'm here to bring you another book review, and today I will be talking about Gemina by Aimee Kaufman and Kristoff. This is the second book in the Illuminae files, the first one being Illuminae. I have a book review all about this one if you want to learn more. It is spoiler free, so in case you're wondering more about this series and things like that, please check out my book review to learn more because it is spoiler free. So like I said, this is the second book in this trilogy. I have learned now it's going to be a trilogy, and I love this trilogy so much already. It is amazing. I will tell you a little bit about the trilogy before I get into Gemina, so I will let you know if and when I do spoil Gemina for you in particular. The Illuminae Files is a sci-fi trilogy, and it's a very multimedia format. It's told all through dossiers, through emails, through IMs, any other formats, video surveillance, a lot of different things going on. So it's pretty much an altogether multimedia book, which really enhances the reading experience, and I really love it because it has graphics on certain pages. If it tells a story about a fight, it'll just have, pictures on some page. It's a very, very, very beautifully formatted and beautifully written and drawn book, and it pretty much follows this huge epic space-like battle of these people trying to get away and the spaceship following them. And I don't want to give you too much in detail because, like I said, I do go into full detail, spoiler-free, about the whole first book, so I definitely recommend watching that if you really want to know the nitty-gritty of this whole series. But I will say that it's a sci-fi series and it's a epic space battle. That's all I really need to know about it because it is amazing. So Illuminae, safe to say, I love this book. It is one of my hands down favorite of the year so far. I loved it. So I was equally excited to get into Gemina, and I really enjoyed this one as well. I will say I did not enjoy it as much as Illuminae. I still loved it, but the love wasn't as full and complete as Illuminae was, which I'll talk more into detail about, but I really enjoyed it. Like, this series is a great science fiction trilogy. Like, I don't read too much science fiction, and I beat myself up for that because I do really like it, but this one is just amazing. I love it. This one follows a whole new cast of characters. We have a little bit of snippets of our characters from our previous book, Illuminae, but like I said, this follows a whole new cast of characters, and a lot of fun. It's a lot of space stuff, and it's a lot more confusing with, wormholes and multiple universes, split or parallel universes, if you will, paradoxes and all these crazy, insane space things with like almost kind of space aliens. It's just, have I reeled you in yet? Have I hooked you in? This trilogy is meant to be read, and I know there's a lot of hype surrounding the trilogy, but I feel like it's well deserved because of the way the story is told and how it is told, and I feel like a lot of research and a lot of plot, like, devising, I guess, goes into these books because they're so beautiful. Like, I love them so much. So if I were to give Gemina a rating, I think I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. There are a couple things from making me give it a full 5 out of 5, which I'll go into more detail about, but I still really enjoy this trilogy. It's definitely becoming one of my favorite series of all time because it's just so unique with the way it's told and how it's told, and I love it. I can't get over it. I did enjoy the main characters in this book more than in Illuminae, which is not to say it's a bad thing at all. With Illuminae, I felt like we kind of didn't get as much character plot and development because of the way it was told. And in this book, there was a little bit more of the video surveillance, but when there's video surveillance, there's actual dialogue in it because someone's actually watching the video surveillance. You can actually see the read, whatever you want to say, the dialogue between the characters. There was a ton of that in this book, which really, I think, helped it and enhanced it more because you got to see a little bit more of the characters' dimensions and a little bit more development with the characters. So I did think the characters in this book were a little bit more fleshed out than they were in Illuminae, and I just kind of like the romance more as well in this book because it was just much more interesting. Like I said, I did have a couple of qualms with it. I'm not going to spoil this at all because, I don't want to do that to you guys. The only qualms I had with it was it got confusing. Like, I thought Illuminae was confusing at some points because the freaking plot would go here, then it would go there, then it would go on a roller coaster, then it would go on a tunnel, then it would go over there. It got really, insane, which is not a bad thing at all because plot twists are amazing, but sometimes they can get confusing to keep up with. If you thought Illuminae was crazy, full of plot twists, just wait till you read this one because it's going to confuse the mess out of you. Like, there was a good chunk of this book I was like, I don't know what's going on. I have no clue. And like, things kept changing. Some people were dead, then they weren't dead, then they were dead again. And I was like, what is the reality here? What is going on? And I had no clue. There were parts when they talked about split universes or parallel universes with paradox and wormholes, and I was like, I have no clue. no clue what you're talking about, because I don't know anything about space. Space baffles the hell out of me, if I'm honest with you. It's an amazing, very, very complex thing that I will never be able to wrap my head around, but I feel like Gemina just took it to the next level with my confusion. It made me feel like I had, you know, those emojis with like 50,000 question marks all around you. That is what it felt like while reading this book. And that's not like a bad thing about it, but it's just kind of a quirk that I didn't enjoy because I felt so confused, so confused, so confused. Even towards the end, I was like, what is going on? And then we get to the end and I was like, oh, well, that was pretty freaking good, but what a ride. What a confusing, amazing, whirlwind, confusing ride. Ending left on a cliffhanger, just like true Illuminae file styles, and I can't wait to see what they're gonna do with the third book. The third book's gonna be the last and final book, and they got so much things to happen. I'm hoping that our characters from Illuminae and Gemina get together and we get to see all of them, and it's gonna be just a whole big slew of characters, and I can't wait to see what happens with all these corporations fighting, and truce will be unveiled. I said it. So like I said, the only reason I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because of the sheer confusion and insanity of the plot twist. Like I was so confused, so confused. That's the only thing I didn't like about it. And the enemy, I feel like, well, there was like two kind of enemies in this book, as well as like there was in Illuminae, and I like both of the enemies in Illuminae. This one, I really liked one enemy. The other one, the alien type of aspect, it was creepy. It was like too creepy. Like it was just kind of sick creepy, so I didn't enjoy that as much. Like every time I read about it, I was like, you know, getting the shivers and like, oh my god, did not enjoy it that much. So that's another problem I had about it. So the insane plot twist, the confusing plot twist, and the second enemy. I did not enjoy those two aspects of Gemini, but other than that, freaking love this book. An amazing, amazing science fiction book. Story short, I really enjoyed it. Can't get enough of this trilogy. I can't wait for the last book. I'm gonna have to wait a long time, but it's gonna be worth it, and I can't wait to see what's gonna end. I can't wait. And I really hope that Aimee Kaufman and Jay Kristoff write more, because I feel like they write so beautifully together. Like, it is amazing. If you have read both of these books, which one's your favorite? Because I have learned that a lot of people very differentiate on their opinions. A lot of people really love Illuminae, but a lot of people love Gemina more. I have to say Illuminae is my favorite right now so far, but I don't hate Gemina by any means, but Illuminae, like, that's my solid. So let me know your thoughts and opinions of which one's your favorite and which cast of characters was your favorite. So Illuminae overall is my favorite book, but I like the cast of characters in this one a lot more. So again, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, and you know what's gonna happen in the third book. Let's talk about it. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.